Hello and welcome to Sealess Projects. Today I'm going to be giving you an honest review of the Aufero Laser 2 with the long focus module. To start off, I bought this secondhand off of eBay for like 50 bucks. I got a really good deal on it because apparently the guy didn't know. And it came with pretty much everything. The safety glasses, all the screws, everything. Now, one thing extra that I actually had to make before even starting this was this. I have a Creality Falcon laser, and so I don't burn the table or the material I'm working on, I ripped out the side of a computer case, and since it's steel, it doesn't go through. So this is something extra that you might need if you don't plan to, well, destroy the surface you're on. But starting off with building it, because I don't want to take it apart, it built pretty quickly. It was really quick. The only part that I didn't like was the fact that these two stepper motors, let's call it the Y-axis stepper motors, they could be out of sync, which can sort of result or cause it to be on like an angle, but you can fix that by just pushing it a little bit and having it slip. But I mean, it took me like 10 minutes to set up, and some of that was just me finding the screwdrivers, but it came pretty well made already, and yeah, so I had no problem setting it up. It uses the same sort of hex head for everything, so that's good. When it comes to the actual build quality of it, it's very, I mean, it's steel, it's metal. I don't know if it's steel, I think it's aluminum. Actually, yeah, it's definitely aluminum. It's very light, it's small, realistically small for the size of build space that you get. It has two Y-axis motors, which is really great because it means you get less jostle, and it can also do a lot higher speeds compared to my Creality stuff. And then for the laser module, or the Y-axis, it's got both, roller wheels, and it has a mount that's adjustable, thankfully, and also this long focus mount does move up and down, which is great. And yeah, it also comes with rubber feet. And one thing I can confidently say about this, which I take into account because if you're using this for 5-10 years, things might go bad. It looks like pretty much every single part on here that's not like proprietary can actually be replaced. It looks like the belts can 100% be replaced. The motors are standard NEMA 17 by the look of it, and everything can be replaced on here, including the actual laser module itself. It's easy to remove, plus they make it compatible with just random modules, so I'm very happy with it. It looks like it uses a basic PWM thing, so all you need to do is just find a 24 volt, 24 volt module, and make sure it runs with PWM, and that's it. And it even comes with a nice little protective casing on top to protect the electronics. And it also does have a built-in fan on the laser focus module. Now this is the long focus laser module. Sometimes it comes with it, sometimes it doesn't. I'm happy with it. It works really darn well. Can't do glass though. It can engrave pretty much everything that a normal, like sub 20 watt laser optical output laser can do. But I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, for starting off with laser engraving, now I've been doing laser engraving for the last 5+ years. I went from an Epilogue laser to a Boss LS1630, then to a Creality Falcon, and now I still have the Creality Falcon. And now I'm on the Aufero 2. So, I mean, it's pretty darn good. And so, alright, now the power supply. The power supply is a basic DC power supply, 24 volts. And what I mean by basic, it's not like this other one, which I actually use to charge my laptop. I'll have a photo of it here, that has a built-in fan. It's just a basic, just siliconed or potted power supply. And I do plan in the future to replace this with a power supply that has a fan in it, because I did have to cut something, which I'll show you at the end. That took around 5 hours to do so, and this thing got really hot, and of course you can technically pause it and let it cool down, but then I was doing it outside because I needed space, and well, if you let it sit outside or just let anything touch it, any vibrations or anything near can sort of mess up the spot, and I had it doing a very high DPI, so I guess replacing this with a 24 volt DC power supply, because you can buy them for like 30-40 bucks that have built-in fans that are industrial power supplies, and you can easily make one really easily. They're not going to overheat. They're going to last a lot longer than this, I can tell you that much. And so yeah, so that's the power supply. What else do we got to talk about? I mean, it could do most materials. I already said that. It connects through USB, whatever this USB is, I'll have it here. It works pretty well. I mean, it's standard for industrial stuff. It didn't come with it in the kit, at least it might have, but the person didn't include it. But it works perfectly fine. You don't need any drivers for it, thankfully. I mean, I didn't have to download any drivers, but granted, this is my workshop computer, so it has so much stuff already installed on it. But when it comes to using it in, Lightburn and stuff, it's really easy. Yeah, it's also lightning fast. So that's sort of a rundown quickly of it. Now let's get to actually making something in Lightburn. Alright, so we've created a file. This is from Meme Man on YouTube, made by Bagel Boy. And so we have the file ready. We have it well within the bounds. These are sort of the bounds. I mean, granted, this is the bounds of the material. This is the bounds of the actual build space. I just do that just to make sure that visually it's correct. So now from there, we're just going to go and look at the settings, because this machine loves Jarvis and Atkinson the most. Grayscale, you'll always get something out of grayscale. But if you're doing an image that's a little bit weird, Jarvis or Atkinson. I'm going to do Jarvis just because it'll show sort of the more strength of the thing. Also, this laser, when you get to above 30, it just starts to burn the material around it. So I would just stick going from 30 to 40. Since this is a light image, I would stick with 30 on here. So let's go and we'll just take this, we'll click OK. And so now that we have this done, we're gonna hook up the laser. So here's how you have to actually use the laser. Oddly enough, this doesn't have any limit switches. So what you do is you take it, you put it as far as you can to the bottom left corner, then you plug in the power. So let's plug in the power. Now, this is not the power supply that actually comes with the machine. This comes from the Creality Falcon. This thing needs a 24 volt 2 amp power supply. This is a 24 volt 3 amp power supply. So it's always safer to go more. Then we're gonna hold the power on. All right, we have a red light. That red light means we're all good. Now we're going to plug it into the computer. And as you can hear, we're in. So now, let's get back to Lightburn. All right, so back in Lightburn, we now can go and look and see if we're actually connected to it. As you can see here, we're not. So now we have to figure out why. So let's go and just change the communication port we're on. Let's see, anything? There you go. So now we're connected. Sometimes you just have to fiddle with it. You can have it connected, but sometimes you just need to, well, give it a kick in the butt to go and have it finally recognize that you are connected. But the fact that we heard that dun-dun-dun means that it does connect. And these things use ESP32s for their brains, so it does make it a lot easier because, well, it's going to recognize something is there. It might not recognize that it's connected, but yeah, as long as it recognizes something, that means you're doing it right. Because if not, then it's the firmware flashing version, that's a whole other thing. So now we have all this going good. Now we need to actually set it up for actually making the files. We need to get the material ready. So I'm going to do this over here. So the only qualm that I have with this laser is the fact that, well, it doesn't have a, it doesn't have a red laser dot sight, which I might actually make in a future video. Alright, so now we are back to Lightburn. I'm going to plug this in and I'm going to show you in the console what it actually looks like when you connect it. There you go. You get this pretty much going that says, hey, I'm connected, we're all good, which is great. And so now we just want to make sure that this thing can move around. So let's see, do we have the ability to move? Yes, we do. Alright, so we're going to set the origin. Now I'm also going to delete this bounds that we had before. We're going to take this. We're going to, actually, you know what? I want to get as much of this piece of wood as I can. So we're going to set the origin again. And now we're going to do frame. We're going to see if it's actually on the piece. Alright, that is on the piece. Now, I have to do one last step before we actually get this going, which is putting up a fan, opening the garage door, and also leveling the piece, which technically it would already be leveled because I leveled this before I had started the video, but I want to show how to do it again. So when it comes to leveling this thing, it's actually really easy. You're given this 50mm, I think it is, piece of bar stock, and all you gotta do is just raise up the hood so that you can get to the... I like doing it on this corner of it, just because it's right where the thing is. And you take it, you undo the thumb screw, and then you pretty much let it sit and rest on it, so that it pretty much just sits, removes any space. Then all you gotta do is just screw in that thumb screw, move it away, and there you go. It's leveled. And nothing we can do. This frame. Oh, whoops. You know, it's been a little bit odd. I don't know what's wrong with it today. Usually, just setting it at the origin, it works perfectly fine. So, I don't know. This is very weird. Set origin. Alright, so, let's click frame, because now we have it leveled. Alright, so it's within bounds. So, let's get all the safety stuff ready. Alright, so now with the fan on, the garage door open, my OD rated glasses that are meant for this, these aren't the ones that come with it. These are much more expensive, legitimately rated OD goggles or laser safety goggles. That's why I'm wearing it. So I'll click start and then we'll watch it print. Alright, so as you can see in the photo, it's not the greatest, but that's just because it didn't really raise the limit, because I originally was going to be doing something really big, but I had to shrink it down because my dad was coming home, so I needed to get it done really quick so that he didn't lose his retinas. But you can actually see on the different characters the actual different levels of shading, which, I mean, just make it darker and it's perfectly good. But I only have limited time to do this before I, well, have to go eat dinner. So, I mean, here's some other photos of the other stuff that I made, and some stuff takes a while, other stuff doesn't, and yeah, but I mean, overall, if you want something, this is good. It's just, I personally would suggest against it in comparison to something like a Creality, because the fact that this thing doesn't have limit switches, I mean, it throws itself around everywhere it goes. At least with limit switches, you can tell when you're about to smack into something. So, I would have to say, I would have to rate this a 7 out of 10. A majority of that, like those 3 points that are lost, comes from the fact that it doesn't have limit switches and it's starting up a little bit wonky. Plus also, you can't do anything offline on it. It has to be connected to a computer. Again, it has an offline controller port, but I mean, talking about like an SD card. On most things nowadays, you can connect it to an SD card easily. At least you should be able to. So, yeah, I mean, I would get a Creality thing to start off with, just because it's better in limit switches. But if you come across one of these for cheap, I'd say if you can get one for less than 200 bucks, buy it. It's worth it. So, yeah, I mean, that's really it. Thank you so much for watching. This had to be a rushed video because I did film another video yesterday, but there was a whole slew of things. It rained, it poured, something almost got on fire. But the footage that I got from it was really nice and I don't want to mess it up, so I just wanted to record something quickly. So if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.